Well, good morning, beautiful. I do hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. It's a daily tarot and oracle for you, but it's also 27 out of 30 videos that I have made. So if you're coming across it, chances are there's something in here that you definitely probably need to hear. So stick around, see what is up. If this doesn't resonate, you probably just had to enjoy a show. But anyway, we're gonna see what's up. So listen with an open heart and an open mind. We're gonna kick this off with Rider-Waite. What does Spirit want you to know today, moving forward? What you have to look out for? What this path is leading you to? If you have questions about booking a session, because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out in the email address below or find me on the social platforms and DM me. So we're gonna kick this reading off with something that seems like you can't escape. There is no escaping it. And I think that is what's freaking you out about this, because I think that this has been something you've been trying to avoid, and now you can't dance around this anymore. You're being very confronted with something, or you're confronting something. So we're gonna get even more on that. Don't let this freak you out. It's not a point of freaking you out. No matter what, if there is a challenge, we're gonna get the underlying reason behind it, why it's happening, and what you can look forward to. So, what's with this challenge? Truth is coming out. Okay. You've been trying to avoid a disaster, but this is not the way that you wanted things to go. And trying to avoid a disaster, you got a disaster of a new kind. It does feel like it's a personal attack of character. It does also feel like this is something that has feelings of rejection that are happening. All of this happened because we're trying to avoid tower moments. That's not what you want to do. Spirit is showing you right now why you want to face things head on. So, tell me more about this. Balance, discipline, truth. You're not happy. Why were you trying to make yourself be happy in this? You can't give yourself Stockholm syndrome. I'm not meaning to give you crap about this, but you abandon yourself in this. That is grossly unfair to you and your spirit. And I know why you did it. It wasn't about you in this. You were doing this for somebody else to make them comfortable, because this is what you thought you were supposed to do. You were just trying to keep the peace. No. Well, now there's a fight going on. Maybe a little bit of a dispute. That's the challenge. You are being confronted with the very thing you wanted to avoid. It was good in nature. Your reasoning behind it, I get it. But now it's time to muster up courage. It's time to be spiteful with courage. I'm facing this head on. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're going to also get Wisdom of the Oracle in on this. What does this have to tell you? It's never going to be a perfect situation for you to jump out of something. Why do bad things happen to good people? This isn't a bad thing. You're definitely a good person. But you trying to keep the peace has held you back, and it had you actually overcompensating for other people. And this one, it's really enabled the situation. And what I'm seeing in here, is this continuously shaking? Let me see. Yep. Okay. It reminds me of that stupid old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. No, it's not. No, it's not. You go through hell because you're trying to do things with good intentions when it's totally against the grain of what needs to be done anyways. The truth will set you free, but first it's going to take you off in this one. It's going to be something that twists your arm behind your back because it wants to be revealed. The truth wants consciousness. Every spark of insight wants consciousness, whether it's codependency, whether it's a belief system, and whether it's a dependency on somebody else. That spark of consciousness never wants to go out. It will fight to keep itself alive, but the truth will often come through and, well, kill off anything that is not the truth. It'll put it out right in display in front of you. So that, the truth is definitely going to set you free. That this situation that you've been clinging to, that you never thought you would be ready to handle, you are handling it. You are handling your business. This is the biggest reliever I have ever seen. You think that this is going to be absolute hell on earth? No, it's not going to be hell on earth. You're going to be broken away from the binds that have kept you in place. So that's why this is happening. So let's see. It's okay. Don't let this freak you out. It's a mild discomfort for some sort of great thing that is underway for you. This is truly a spiritual gift. So look, you're right on path. This is all right on path for you. You're being stripped of things that are not of service to you. You're going to be happy. You do have the keys to your happiness to unlock yourself with. There's nothing holding you in this cage, just your fear. Fear is an illusion. Danger in life is real, but fear is an illusion. And I'm not seeing any danger with this. I feel like that's what we need to get from this one. So what do you need to watch out for in this? What are you gonna make sure you don't backtrack from? We need the shadow work. I bet there's shadow work. I swear to God. What is this? Yep. Gotta have more. So femme fatale and warrior are both showing shadow attributes. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Shadow attribute of femme fatale. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. You're not a social climber. You're not doing this for attention. You're not taking advantage of anybody. And don't let anybody gaslight you into what you are doing and how this is going to impact others' choices in life. If you're not doing anything illegal, if you're not doing anything to harm anybody actively, then you're pretty in the clear with that. You can't hold yourself back because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. That is a double lie towards whoever it is, because you weren't feeling that way in the first place. And now, not only are you not feeling it, you're putting in such extreme efforts of something that you don't feel, wasting not only your precious time, but somebody else's time in this when they deserve an energy that is in alignment with them. So don't let somebody guilt you into staying in a situation or reconciling some sort of situation in your life that you know is against your soul calling. So what I'm seeing here, you're not doing this as some sort of a hobby. That's what I'm seeing in it. It's a lot of guilt being exposed to you. You have a really guilty conscience. I gotta see where that's coming from, because that's not you. You're not born guilty. You're not. This is all impressioned on you. So I want to know, who is the jerk who saw you and how you're trying to expand? They're like, well, absolutely not. I want to know. I can almost guarantee mom or dad issues are going to come out. It's never always necessarily mom, and never always, geez. It's not always the parental figures. These are energies in the life. So, victim, bully. Wow. Okay, so maybe mom and dad didn't come out in this. These are victims being made to be the bully in your life. People who transfer trauma onto you. This could be peers, it could be family, it could be, it could be anybody in your life. Somebody who is a victim in their own mind and put it on somebody else. They transfer trauma onto you. This is very much peer related. This also could be, it could be parents, it could be peers, it could be a compilation of people. This is not just from one person. This is a repetitive connection in your life. Same theme, different people. People who see the light in you, see the empath, the energetic light worker that you are, and they go towards it and they cling on to it. That's why this is happening. And it's not your fault, but your awareness is your responsibility in this. So now that you know this about yourself, you kind of don't have the excuse to perpetuate this. You're not going to be a victim. And you asserting yourself does not make you a bully. I do feel like a lot of the backlash in this is going to be by people who are no longer able to benefit from your manipulated circumstance, if that makes sense. So, Spirit, what can they do with this? Trust your vibe. Love and accept yourself. Spiritual support. And trustworthy friends. Can you sit back and actually look at yourself? Authentically look at yourself, the kind of person you are from even your formative years. What did you want for not only for yourself, but for the world when you were growing up? What did you want to be? How did you view everything? What were your intentions? How did you try and help people? Look at your light. Look at yourself authentically. Don't stress out about your imperfections. We all have them. But what this is saying is, please look at who you are. Look at the light that you are. You are not a malicious person. You have done hurtful things in your life. Everybody has. It's part of being human, but you've learned from them and you've stopped doing it. So what I'm seeing here is you asserting yourself and not letting people take advantage of you does not mean that you are a bad person. It means that you are holding your ground firm and you have spiritual support, and also that that you're healing your light is what I'm getting. These little micro blips of empowerment in your life, these little breakthroughs of yours, they are absolutely incredibly measured. There's no small feat in this. These are all milestones that you're crossing. You're not a bad person. So this is talking about keep pushing on. Let your heart be broken wide open. Jeez. So I saw Cupid and then I saw this. The heart chakra. Let your heart be broken wide open. An opportunity to forgive. This is involving changes in the family. There's innocence. There's steady progress. you don't have to actively pursue forgiveness with somebody. I'm just going to put that out there. There's a lot of things that I can't imagine that people have experienced where there's no way that I would expect anybody to ever communicate again. So don't think that I'm forcing you to make communication and forgive somebody. Sometimes you just really don't ever want to hear their voice again, but for some of you, that's a possibility. It's time for you to forgive the circumstance. That's going to be the way forward for you. That's going to be what heals your heart, to forgive yourself for the pain that has been experienced and whoever bestowed that on you. And again, as always, it's not about condoning the behavior. A lot of it was absolutely atrocious. Not expecting that from you. With the family bit, it's not necessarily bringing back together the concept of family. That might be for some of you. Some of you, it is healing the family trauma. Some of you, it's going to be working towards building the family that you want. But know that your heart is doing this with absolutely beautiful, pure intentions. If you follow this reading, what to steer clear of, what to look forward to, the likely outcome of this situation is going to be this. You can expect this. So 1 second. People are going to have to watch you from afar because you're going to be on your throne. The likely result is you keeping your distance from certain people. They can watch you all that they want, but they don't have access to you. You are going to be very mindful about who has access to you, and you're also not going to put yourself in similar situations. This is being very mindful to learn from the past. And it's not continuously giving the same person who refuses to change more chances. If they're not willing to put in the work and better themselves, I don't see you making that connection. But I also see in keeping your distance from some people, they still have access to potentially watch you or even look you up. And that's fine. They can do whatever they want. But that doesn't mean that they have pure access to you. You are at a point of releasing and manifesting some crazy magic right now. You're honest, you're open, you're in your truth. And I see that this is a bunch of spiritual knowledge coming into play. I know that sounds crazy, but we have the tree of life being represented in here. So this is something coming to life. It's information, it's growth, it's truth, it's honesty, it's receiving, and it's it also feels like a crazy rebirth. So, message from the spirit guide about this. All right, dearest you, even though life seems to be moving full steam ahead, it's time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and not take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Interesting. So allow ideas to move through you and take root. Not take root, but take root. For some of you, this, since I read it that way initially, don't let your emotions overtake you. This is very two different things that are going on. Some of you have a knee-jerk reaction based on your emotions, and it's telling you to be very mindful of that. Some of these are telling you to actually follow your heart. So this, let your heart lead or let your mind take over where the shortcomings are. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy, you might feel unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time for dreaming. This is a powerful process of co-creation. Your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so that you can receive music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and in the invisible. Don't worry. We will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. There's no need to set any sort of alarm clock. Love you always, love Spirit. Very transformative time. If you have questions about booking a session, go ahead and send me a DM. I do hope that this finds you well. Go and enjoy your day. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. Know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. If you're coming across this, chances are you need a message from the magical messages from your fairies from Doreen Virtue. I made 30 of these mini videos. So this is 6 out of 30. If you're coming across it, there might be a reason. This actually might be really relevant to what's going on in your life. And in the off chance it isn't, graciously let it fall away and go about your day. I'm not really quite sure. So we have affirmations. You can find all these affirmations online. That's great, grand, and wonderful. They do work incredible. Some of us actually might find it more beneficial to customize them for ourselves. So do not be afraid to put out into the universe as an affirmation of what it is that you really want. So, spring, something is waking up, something is being given birth to, and I absolutely love this. It's going to take time to come into being. This is a new baby that's coming in. For some of you, literal baby. For a lot of you, very figurative. It's what is going to require a lot of your care, nurturing. So yeah, it's kind of like a baby in that sense. It's waking up. It's waking up inside of you. It's developing a landing point in the physical. You have to get away from not get away. You have to dissolve all of those blocks and barriers on why this can't be in your mind or in your life, and actually start getting into the flow state with this landing point. It's not only about having patience, it's about having patience with yourself and all these little backtracks that happen as you start to make progress. You will absolutely be on the right path. You're on the right path right now, just waking up with this. But the point is, once you start to get into the zone with it, you're gonna have some points where you trip yourself up, and there's gonna be a lot of points about healing that are coming into this where I think that you probably have been completely blind to it up until now. So this is saying be patient with yourself, keep pushing forward on it. Keep affirming to yourself what is real and what it is that you want. You're gonna have these little blips of fear or of backtracking pop up with this. However, it is important that you don't ignore them. You look at their root and you uproot it. Get rid of it. Be patient with yourself, please. You're gonna get to the landing point, but you have to know that you deserve it. If you're coming across this, chances are you need an angel message right now. So listen with an open heart and an open mind. We're gonna see what Spirit wants you to know right now. I've made 30 of these mini videos. This is number 7. So if this is on your main page, congratulations. This very well may be for you. And if it doesn't resonate, like everything else, let it fall away. If you're watching these in sequence, hey, I hope that you're enjoying the show. All right, patience. That is a very hard virtue to obtain. Okay. I like this one too. So patience, Opal, Archangel Gabriel. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. The student becomes the teacher. And then we have your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and angels. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So this is about you. And I think that it's taking that, okay, there's a few ways to look at this. Taking that young version of you out of that cage that you've internalized, that you have kept safe, It's no longer a point of keeping you safe. It's now to the point of your detriment. So it's now important that you and your inner child know that it is safe for that playful aspect of you to come out and get into the creative co-creation of life with you. So this, I feel like you have been far too serious for far too long and maybe living in fear for far too long. And it's time for that to be laid to rest. You're not going to be punished. Little you's not going to be punished. And also, the other way of looking at this is the changes that you need to make in your life. Any of your children, whether it's in heaven or in the actual physical world, they are not going to be at a point of, they're not going to be at a point of struggle with this. The kids are protected, they're cared for, they're going to continue to be so you can actually make these changes and not suffer. There is no suffering that is going to move forward with this. There's going to be discomforts, but this is not a cause for you to backtrack. So have patience, trust the process, and know that this is going to have some bumps in it, but you are very well taken care of and protected. If you're coming across this, I've made 30 of these videos. This is 8 of 30. So if this is on your main page, definitely stick around. This might be very relevant for your life, but it also might be an angel prayer that you need to hear. So chances are you've been going through a rough time, like a really rough time. And I know that on a global scale, we all have, but this is a little bit more specified for you. And if this does not resonate, don't panic. Don't look for something to be a struggle in your life. Go about your day. So, angel prayer. What do you want to know? What do you need to know? Let's see. Oh, man. We're almost there. I'm about to split the deck is what's up. So how's your day going so far? So, all of this struggle is leading to a new beginning in your life. And you're probably concerned that this is going to be a constant. You're probably experiencing a lot of purge, a lot of even anger, and that is incredibly healthy. No sarcasm in that at all. I promise you, anger is a very healthy emotion to have. It's actually B-rated emotion for either fear or hurt. So this new beginning, it's a point of not repeating the pain or the hurt from previous cycles, which is invoking the anger right now. So let's see. Love and accept yourself. So somebody who has crossed over is coming forward into this reading as a main guide, telling you that you, whatever you love and accept about yourself, is what is going to actually be shown to you. And it's time that you take away all distractions, all of them. Take away your distractions. Start focusing on yourself and start to really learn to put yourself on that pedestal, that number one spot, and really accept yourself fully and completely in who you are. It feels like it does feel like a point of carelessness. It's not carelessness. That's actually the pause of recuperation in here. So you're at a new beginning. If you don't want to repeat that fear or that hurt in this chapter, you're going to have to take a long look at what makes you so great. And trust me, there's a lot about you that is very wonderful, deserving, lovable, and worthy of the best. But you actually have to see that and understand that in yourself. If you're coming across this, something is changing, and we're going to see with the Butterfly Oracle deck exactly what that is. I've made 30 of these. This is 9 of 30. Yeah, 9 of 30. So if you are coming across this, this might be very relevant to your life and something that you need to hear. But if it's not, there's really nothing that I can do about it. And I sincerely hope that this finds you well. Oy vey. All right, so what do you need to know? Let's see. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck. Spiritual growth. Fabulous. Why are we always growing? Well, it's because you're alive and you're here, and that's the point. Volunteer, emotions. charging ahead much? Are you putting yourself, well, it's not even a point of putting yourself first. The volunteer is, are you jumping right into this? Are you not shying away from it? That is the best thing that you can do. You're not running away from the elephant in the room. I really feel like there's a lot for you to talk about right now. This challenge, you doing this, you pushing through on this, is where all the growth is happening. I think that this is probably the most liberating thing that you could have done for yourself. And I also see that this is going to have a lot of emotions that have been contained in you completely erupt. That is awesome. It might be tears of release, fear, joy, hurt, anger, what have you. It might even be a complete giggle fit with you. Whatever's coming up emotion-wise, know that this has been internalized for a very long time and that what you are feeling is very real and needs to be expressed. So this, don't filter yourself for this. Don't try and be palatable for anybody else in this. It's time for all of this to come out because it has been building up for God knows how long. On the other side of this is obviously going to be the new beginning. You're clearing out all this gunk right now. I actually want to see what's on the other side of this for you when this happens, because I really get a strong feeling of liberation from, you know, these chains, these anchors. It feels incredibly light. Congrats. Yo, if you're coming across this might be a spirit message for you. I've made 30 of these. This is 10 of 30. If this is on your For You page, see to the end. This might be really relevant. So we're kicking this off with stop digging. Stop digging into a situation that's not working. You're trying to strike oil on here and you have no idea that you're about to hit a landmine on it. Whatever is underneath this, completely rotted. Don't try so hard. Okay, we have soulmate energy that is coming in. What about it? Go the distance. Okay, I get this. Baby, let go of the toxic. Let go of toxic. Whatever has been gut-wrenching for you for this long is not what you want. It is not the good points that it was at the time. Those were wonderful lessons. It was probably even wonderful illusions in that, but it was not the raw truth of this connection. What's underneath it is something that is completely incompatible with you, and it's something that is going to go up really against your authentic nature. You do have a soulmate energy that is coming in. It doesn't have to be romantic, but this is something that is very long-term, that is trying to come into your life. Let go of what has not been working for so long and allow for this connection that has incredible potential around it to come into being. It's not going to be the hard work that this past situation was. It's not going to be repeating itself. It's time to clear some space. This, it's going to definitely feel very familiar, something that fits in like a beautiful puzzle piece. I have a sneeze coming. Thank you. What the heck? That just so came out of nowhere too. Okay, I want to get a final card on this one because I'm loving this. No, you didn't veer off course. None of this was off course. Even hang on to Tweedledum wasn't veering off course. You're completely on track to making this beautiful connection. So let it happen. Stop doing this all or nothing. It's gonna be completely, you know, a different life. No, you're on course to already having this. There's no pivot. No pivot on this. Just let it go. This is something that is dragging you on this path. Is that what you want? What you're going to get in this? Now that's probably what you want. So I hope that that made sense.